All right. It's a new day, and it's my last day here in China for now, before I head back to my home country, my hometown in the United States of America. I leave tomorrow to Korea, and then I'll be there for like 13 hours before flying over to the US. But, I wanted to do one last check-in, one last little reflection in my usual spot, my favorite rock. It's a perfect rock, really. It has a nice incline for better posture. Knees below the waist, helps you sit up straight. And I guess I'm just gonna do what I usually do, just talk off the top of my head. And I'm feeling pretty content. Yesterday I was really sad. The night before I was really sad. And the day and the night before that I was really happy. And so it's just kind of been all over the place. But I love that, because for so long I lived in numbness. I lived not feeling anything, not knowing how I felt, just feeling very depressed, very dejected, very unaware of how I felt. And just sliding into being someone I didn't choose to be. Passively choosing to be passive. As I said in a video a few days ago, I feel like I was rewatching it and I realized it's kind of a bar. It seems like a pretty poetic line. Passively choosing to be passive. But it described my life at that point really well. And I feel like so much has changed since then. And since a month ago, when I really decided to just completely focus on just raising my awareness and feeling my feelings, I guess having more clarity on my thoughts and just on who I am and who I want to be. I think to this day, or like it was from like almost exactly a month from this day that I first started to regularly post videos like this, where I'm just journaling my thoughts, really, amongst other things. Sometimes I try and tackle a particular message or theme that I have in mind, but most of the time my mind is a little too messy. I go on way too many tangents to stay on one subject. So you know what, I'm just gonna play into my strengths and just I don't know, just talk about whatever I want to talk about, whatever comes to mind. And it's gonna be a lot of different things, but I'm feeling pretty good. I feel glad. I feel very content with the fact that I'm feeling again. Even though sometimes I feel very poorly, sometimes I feel very good, I'm feeling, and that's a reminder that I'm alive. And that's a blessing, man. And I feel like what really kicked off this lifestyle of mine for this month, where most days I essentially just walk around, sit on a rock like this, do some exercise and eat, and just document my thoughts, push my comfort zone, observe my mind, my feelings, and record it and share it with the world. And I've been enjoying it. It's been a really great journey so far. I've made so much progress. I finally feel like myself again. I feel alive. I feel proud of who I am, who I'm becoming, content with who I am, content with who I'm becoming, content with my life. I feel like I've lowered my baseline to an extent where I can be content much more easily than I could have a while ago, And it's been been about 4 months or 3 months of vlogging in general. I started out with travel vlogs. I was traveling Thailand mainly and Malaysia, and man, has so much changed since then. And it's been a beautiful journey. I've been in Asia for the past, basically since the start of this year. And yeah, I mean, now it's time to go home. And I feel a little strange about the whole thing. It's a little surreal. Part of what kicked off this lifestyle of mine was a very, very hard and difficult experiences. The loss of my family dog, and then the loss of a close friend. And it was horrible. It was terrible. It was groundbreaking, world-shattering. But I'm really proud of myself for using it, for leveraging it into something positive, into using it as a test and seeing how I can respond, because life sucks sometimes. Shitty things are going to happen, painful things, suffering is going to come, and all we really have control of is how we respond. And I think I used to distance myself and detach and just kind of be a little more cold about things, indifferent about things, because I think I was afraid of the pain, of the hurt. And I think it's most commonly seen in relationships. A lot of times there are people that just give up on relationships, and I feel like a lot of times in reality it's because relationships are hard, man. It sucks. It's a huge risk, and sometimes we are very vulnerable, and we put that, there's that analogy of like when you're in love, when you're in a relationship, you give your heart, a glass heart, to someone else, and they have the power to be very gentle and careful with it and caress it. They have the power to just let go and shatter into a million pieces, and it sucks. It sucks. There are some people who, even the people who are the worst of us, right? Like, a lot of people hate on like incels and stuff like that, but a lot of times, like, in my experience and my understanding, like, the worst people in the world, the bad, the evil, like, at some point they were just human, just a normal dude, normal gal, a child. Obviously there's like the people who are actually fucked in the head, like psychopaths and shit, but a lot of people, they started out just living a normal life, and at some point, at most points, or in my experience, it feels like most of the people who end up being very mean or evil or bitter or resentful or hateful towards others, at some point, like, they experienced it themselves, or someone did something that was really unfair to them. And it's not to say that it's an excuse to be bad. I think it's just the easier choice. When someone hurts you and you're very much suffering, it's a lot easier to just be angry and spiteful and try and hurt them back, or try and hurt other people back in response. And I feel like that's why there's such power in being mindful of who we are. It allows us to choose the hard decisions, In a situation like that, the easy decision is to perpetuate the cycle and to project your insecurity, project your hate, your trauma onto others. The hard decision is to choose, like, no, like, this is really fucked up. Like, I don't want this. I don't want anyone else to experience it again. Even though it was unfair for it to happen to me, it would be unfair for me to continue the cycle and project it onto others. And I feel like everything comes down to choice. And a lot of times we're not aware of the choices we're making. And we're not choosing who we are. We're allowing the people around us, like I feel like our mind, we internalize, if we're not careful, we just internalize passively everything around us. The expectations, the dialogue from parents, from friends, peers, colleagues, society, social media. And choosing not to choose is a choice. That might sound weird, but like being passive is a choice. Passively living life, being complacent in life is a choice. And every choice has a consequence. And we all suffer the consequences at some point. And I guess what this whole journey has really been is to start choosing who I am again. And I'm really proud of how far I've come. And really a huge part of starting this journey was that loss of my really close friend, because they passed to cancer. They had, if it wasn't for that, they had many, many years of life ahead of them. There were plenty of things they wanted to do, things they wanted to see, things they wanted to experience again. And a lot of regrets they had of a life that they could have lived better, a life they could have lived for themselves. And that really, when they passed, that was one of the things that really fucked me up and really got me thinking, and was just kind of like a wake-up call. And there's immense power to extreme suffering. It doesn't mean we have to go out of our way to suffer. I believe life is meant to be enjoyed, so I want to enjoy my life. But there's enough suffering and pain to go around. It's gonna come. And loss is one of those things. Grieving, it's unexpected. It doesn't feel real. And in some ways I'm still afraid. It's part of what worries me about heading back to the US. I'm worried that it'll all feel so much more real. The loss of my dog and of my close friend, especially once I go and visit their city. But I'm really proud of myself for leveraging those experiences and for choosing, recognizing that the path I'm on could very well lead me, if I'm not careful, it could very well lead me to a similar state. And I feel like I see it all the time, all around us. Just people giving up and just feeling passive about life. Just letting life happen and not really seeking anything, not really chasing anything. At least something meaningful, a lot of us, we chase things that we think we're supposed to chase, that we should chase. But then, money goes from being freedom to being bondage. When you have a great job, a fuck ton of money, a bunch of properties, all that happens is you start to worry about losing it. And money is great up to a certain point, I think, but at some point you'll get tired of living only for yourself, as a video I've seen recently talks about. And speaking of which, I only have a couple more hours left where I still have access to YouTube and the internet and my VPN here in China. And so I'm hoping to post this as my last thing for the next 30 hours. I'll be without YouTube, without internet. And so, I think it kind of works really nicely because it'll allow me to just enjoy my time here, my last full day here tomorrow. And I think I'm excited to drop this video that's in response to the video I just mentioned. Basically, I made a video about a video, and that's gonna drop at some point in the next day. I'm gonna schedule it. I have it uploaded, but I'm gonna schedule it to release while I'm without internet, and just see what happens. Just a little surprise. See, maybe some exciting things will happen. Maybe not, but it was just an idea I had to wait until I land in Korea to be able to access YouTube again and just kind of see what happened in the past 24 hours. It's a video I'm very passionate about. I poured my heart and soul into it. It's also a bit tragic because the first half of it disappeared off my phone. But I explain it all in that video. But yeah, I'm excited to release that, and I feel like as my journey continues, I'll be able to pour that heart and soul into more and more, And that video might even become, or the energy I was able to put forth, the passion, the honesty, the rawness I was able to put forth in that video might just become the standard at some point. Maybe I'll reach a point where I can be so, I guess that's kind of the goal in a way. I want to be so comfortable and just proud of myself and proud of my perspective and my voice and willing to share it, that I can just, whatever I'm feeling and thinking, I can just communicate it just like as accurately as possible and as passionately as I want it to be conveyed. Essentially just convey things exactly as I want to, as I intend to, deep inside. And wow, there's a toad in the river. Let me turn the camera around. I realize I hardly ever show what's around me. But yeah, I'm excited to be someone who can convey everything they want to. And I feel like I'm already there in many ways and continue to make a lot of progress. And I'm feeling good. I feel like it's gonna, that skill is just so valuable because it translates into everything, man. Like, if you don't give a fuck about other people and you're comfortable and confident in yourself and you just do what you want to do what you care about, do what you're passionate about, that's like the greatest impact you can have for yourself and your own life and the people you love and the people around you, but also for the world around you, the people around you, like the people more far removed, strangers, like just people in public, whatever, And so, I'm very proud of what I've accomplished so far, the progress I've made, and it feels so good to feel again, to feel alive again, and to feel that there's things to look forward to again. And yeah, I'm excited to come back to the US for the first time in years. The first time coming back that I feel excited to be back, I guess. And yeah, I expect to continue. I plan to continue and just keep doing what feels right, keep doing what I love, keep recording my journey, and seeing where I end up, seeing what happens. But feeling really good about it, feeling really, really good about the here and now. And really excited to drop this video that I'll have come out in probably the next few hours or something, but we'll see. Life is good. Life is good. Alright. Well, I gotta get this up before my VPN expires and I don't have access to YouTube, so I think I'll call it quits here. And I guess next time you see me, or next time probably in Korea actually, maybe in the airport, maybe I'll have attained the confidence to record myself in an airport. Probably. We'll see. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Peace.